Hello and welcome all. We are a team of final year undergraduates from IIT Guwahati who go by the name Team Cockroaches, participating in the Flipkart Grid Challenge. The topic we have selected is the Fashion Intelligence System. In this ever changing world, fashion trends change at the speed of light, and these become an integral part of a person's lifestyle. Fashion magazines and e commerce portals are the sources that allow us to get a grasp on these trends and understand them better. With the massive amounts of data that these portals have, it becomes a tedious job for humans to process and get a pattern out of these trends. And presence of numerous websites, each having their different architecture, makes it further difficult to build profiles manually. So to make the process more efficient and dependable, retailers and designers wish for a scalable tech solution that encompasses this apparel and footwear trends which can be reflected in the next design of fashion products. Hence, there is a need for a solution that collectively extracts the trends out of the various websites and portals and allow the customization in the process. Let's have a brief look at the technology stack used for the solution. To make the development process simple, we are using Node.js and React for both front end and back end respectively, which will help in eliminating the time consuming task of duplicating the code between the browser and the server. Coming to the database, Google Firebase has been used to store login details of a person along with the list of portals and magazines that they have added. Coming to the libraries, the T-shirt classifier is a convolutional neural network model built using Keras in TensorFlow backend. And finally, Puppeteer. Puppeteer is a node library which we have used for web crawling. With Puppeteer, in case of websites which load some content dynamically, it helps to fully load them before parsing.
T-shirt versus non-T-shirt CNN classifier. A crucial component of the solution is to be able to classify different type of clothing like T-shirts, jeans, shoes, shorts, etc. to have a sense of trends on each of these products individually. In accordance with the problem statement, we have T-shirt and non-T-shirt as two output classes, but the solution is easily scalable, which we shall elaborate upon in a minute. To train the model, we have used datasets with count of images mentioned here, and we achieved a validation accuracy of around 83%.
Here I present you the t-shirt classifier. I have already uploaded image of both classes and I have the pre-trained model too. The threshold for t-shirt has been set to 85% as you can see from the code. Now I'll run both of them simultaneously. As you can see, it has predicted t-shirt as a t-shirt and a dress has been classified as a non-t-shirt.
Since our dataset was small, instead of creating the model from scratch, we embodied the concept of transfer learning using Keras to build our model on top of those pre-trained deep learning models, producing state-of-the-art results using small datasets. Models shown here were tried out to achieve custom classification, out of which the MobileNet model seemed to give the best results.
Coming to the scalability of the model, currently we have two output neurons, one for t-shirt, other for non-t-shirt. The class t-shirt can be easily extended to include products like shirts by training the model again with an updated dataset. To enable much more flexibility and practicality, we can even change the number of output neurons of the MobileNet CNN based on the number of custom classes we want, like pants, dresses, footwear, etc., and not just t-shirts. Here we have shown below the snippets of a model to classify shorts and t-shirts building upon the t-shirt classifier that was already made.
So moving on to the website part, we first discuss the database architecture.
So as you can see, apart from the test database, we have two collections. Mainly, one is used to store all the websites, and the other is used to store user-specific data. So as will be explained later, we have introduced the concept of frequency factor. So users' custom frequency factor will be stored in the database and will be updated each time the user changes it from the UI. Now coming to the second collection, so it stores the names and the links of all the websites, so this can be updated from the web also. Now these are the websites we'll be scrapping the data from. So for example, the Pinterest is a fashion magazine, and Flipkart or Amazon are the e-commerce websites we'll be scrapping our data from. Thank you.
Next, we discuss the basic functionalities of the
Features
website.
first, we have a login option. So I'm skipping it for now, but we can see on hovering my email ID is displayed. Yeah, so if the user is not logged in, we'll display appropriate messages. Now coming to the add website to database feature, we can use this option to expand our database to include fashion trends from other websites also. So this accounts for scalability. So I'll quickly add a small website called GQ Magazine. Yeah, so the website has been added, and we'll see the effects. Client sends request to the server asking for the data. The server then crawls through each website stored in our database and fetches all the images. We then use machine learning as discussed earlier to predict if the fetched image is useful for the portfolio or not. And the server then sends all the images fetched back to the UI. Images in the UI. So we have a radio button on the top to choose whether we wish to see fashion trends from e-commerce websites or fashion magazines or all the websites. We can see that the website we added, gqmagazine.co.uk, has been added here. Yeah. So now moving forward, now different users can have different affinities for the website. For example, it is possible that I like Amazon more than my friend Tushar, who likes Flipkart more. So to give the user control of what he or she wishes to see on the main page, we have introduced a concept of frequency factor here. Basically what will happen is, if the frequency factor of Flipkart is more than Amazon, we'll display more number of images of Flipkart as compared to Amazon. So the ratio will increase. So this will help the user as he or she can set the factor to 0 to completely wipe out the website from the portfolio. So we can see that changing the frequency factor changes the ratio of images displayed. Now we yeah, so we increase this and we increase this also. So we can see 4 images of Amazon versus 3 images of Flipkart and 1 image of Snapdeal, and this continued so on. A similar case can be seen for fashion magazines also, and all images also. Yeah, thank you.